late in October.
You bet. Well, this team obviously made some national headlines last week. A commitment from a 5-star power forward, McKenna Velichko, out of California, the 6th-ranked recruit in the country. Now, I know that these coaches cannot talk about a commitment until they sign. But how has recruiting changed? And I know it's different for both of you, obviously, but maybe post the Caitlin Clark era, getting, these 5-star recruits, but then also coming into this and kind of landing these big names.
Oh, well, for me, it's been a whirlwind for sure. I think everywhere I go, I get a Go Hawks if I'm overseas, if I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So I think that's pretty new for me. Just having the Iowa logo on, I get asked, do I know Caitlin Clark? Or just anything. So it brings a lot of visibility, which makes it pretty easy, I think, because in any gym you walk into, that Iowa pops, and every recruit sees it, every coach sees it. And so that's new for me, but it's exciting, and it makes us it makes the job pretty easy to be able to have eyes on this program in a national sense.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think the other thing that's been really interesting after Caitlin, and certainly we were able to really expand our footprint. We used to spend a lot of time recruiting a little more geographically, a little closer to Iowa, which there is a lot of great talent in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all their surrounding states. But now we're able to really make some of these phone calls coast to coast. And, when we do that, we're able to really people are saying Iowa, and not necessarily just Caitlin Clark, but they had a really good view to who we are as a program, what we're about, how Lisa, built this program, and certainly what Jan, what she feels is important and values as well. And so, it's just been really great because they've had a chance to see that, and they're interested in it, and the type of recruits that we're after are really, wanting to hear more about Iowa, come to campus, and certainly then being able to attract somebody like LaSondra to come and join our staff. She has such great connections all across the country, a lot of great experience, and was a former pro player herself too. So she's been through it and knows a lot about what it takes, and she's been just really great in recruiting and for the women on our team as well.
Thank you, Abby.
Along those lines too, with recruiting, how has it changed, especially with the social media aspect and just everything kind of around it, the hype?
The social media, I think there are more hands in it than just the families and the recruits. You deal with a lot more from coaches, agents. There's the NIL, there's rev share.
Yeah.
But I think what Coach Jen Jensen does a very good job of keeping Iowa true to what its values. And it helps us because we know we recruit families and we recruit great people. And I think that's what attracted, me to come here. But it also attracted us to be able to get high-profile recruits because we can do both. We can have the resources, but we also still have that tradition, that love, the relational part of recruiting, which is what's missed at a lot of universities now.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I guess, the one other thing I would say is family, and it's always bigger than us and ourselves. And the really cool thing about getting this most recent recruit was hearing from so many people that had a part in it, whether it was the people that, were part of her visit or along for the ride. And the biggest part, was our fans. And certainly a lot of these recruits with social media notice that attention that the Iowa women's basketball team receives and the type of fans that we have. Hi, Scott. You ran into that traffic too, huh?
Yes.
That's okay. Good to have you here, Scott. We appreciate it. Building on that, 3rd straight season that this team has sold out their tickets. I know you haven't been a part of that yet, but when you hear that, LaSondra, what does that mean?
Oh, I'm excited. I missed the Fever versus the Brazil game, so I'm a little jealous that I didn't get a chance to see that one, to see it from a fan perspective. But I'm so excited. I think I'm even more excited for the fan base and even for just the program. It just shows that, Caitlin was a great player, but there is a new era. And for our fans to hold and continue to support, it's amazing to me.
To be a part of that again, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, there's nothing like it, being able to go out on the floor and see that whole arena filled. And certainly from a different perspective, being an alum here and remembering what it was like when I played. Not that it wasn't something special even then at the time, but it's certainly the way it has grown and really taken off. Just my favorite part is to stand there at the starting lineups and see the women that are about to go on the court, and just the energy and the excitement for them to see them go out and be able to perform in front of a full crowd is just a really neat thing.
You bet. Scott, just to fill you in, you haven't missed much. Just season ticket sales, what we've talked about, as well as recruiting. They got a big commitment last week. Don't want to put you on the spot, but would you like to add another question that you want to ask?
Yeah, I want to know a little bit more about a couple of the newcomers, Chit Chat Rye and Emily Rodriguez. I think you had a previous relationship with Chit Chat, coached her, and what does she bring?
I think she brings a lot. She's small in stature, but she's big in heart, and she brings a lot of skill. She has really good court vision. I think our post players are really like playing with her. she can get them the ball, but she brings a spirit where she can play 40 minutes a game, and she can pressure on defense. She can be quick. She can break presses, and she just has a will to win. She's always been like that since I've been recruiting her, but she's been a pleasure to be here and to coach even for a second time. Yeah.
And then Emily Rodriguez, how does she kind of fit in well with this IO team?
Right. Emily coming from, Central Florida. She's got 1 year under her belt and was on the all Big 12 team. So she's been a great addition as well. Certainly, when they do transfer in, and we had this with Lucy last year as well, too, there's a little bit of a learning curve. They're kind of going through that freshman season all over again. But Emily, wow, she is just a competitor. She's a baller. She can grab that ball and make a play when the shot clock's winding down or when her team's not getting a basket. So she is going to be a really good add for us. She's going to do some things out there on the floor that are a little bit of a surprise to us at times, too, what she can pull off. So the fans are going to really love watching her play.
Still 9 underclassmen, though. What is the challenge, especially getting them ready for that league play?
I think just getting them confident, confident to know that this stage they can play on. I think some of the freshmen and sophomores or the newcomers just still working through some of the kinks of just learning the system. But what's so interesting, they're so green at it that they're just competing and they're making mistakes, but they're going hard at it. And we're just staying patient. A lot of encouragement. They're going to be fun to watch. And we're going to be young, but we're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a lot of teaching going on. You heard a little sigh there from LaSondra, I think is probably referencing earlier the practice today. But we've still got some time. We've still got 20-some days to get ready to go before we're out in front of the crowd. And, yeah, like she said, we're young, we're talented, and I do think we're going to be a pretty gritty bunch. I think that's always a hallmark of ours is we're always going to go out, give it their best, never going to quit, never going to back down, and I think you're going to see that from this squad again this year.
Well, I'm really interested in seeing the growth of Tegan Moline and also Taylor Stremlow. How have they grown year over year?
Yeah, that's a good question. And this group is interesting in that we have some really good, senior leaders that have played for us in a while. We have really good newcomers coming in, and then we've got this group in the middle that got to do a few things for us last year. You kind of got to see some sparks here and there of what they could do. And both of those two players, Taylor and Tegan, have made that great, often you see the freshman to sophomore, the biggest jump. And they have both made great jumps. And I think LaSondra could say, too, just in their confidence and the way they kind of go about everything. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot of competition. We feel like we have a good 10, 11 strong. And so there's a lot of that competition and practice for people really trying to get out there and earn their spot. And Tegan and Taylor are certainly right there.
All right, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll have more with our coaches. All right, welcome back into OnIowa Live here at the Pickle Palace. We are going to start with an audience question first. This one is for LaSondra. What brought you to Iowa?
Good question. So my last job, I was at Georgia Tech previously, and we had a coaching change. And so in between, I'm just kind of waiting to see what my decisions was going to be. And I kept getting these calls from Jan Jensen. I mean, and you talk about a recruiter. Like, she's a recruiter. I thought I was a recruiter. She's a recruiter. And she called me every single day. She was so persistent, and we had great combo. I think the first combo was like 45 minutes or something. And then we would talk every day. And then she's like, let's just come up here. Come up here. Like, come check Iowa out. See if you like it. And from there, I came on the visit, and it was, everything I thought, and more than what I expected as well. But I just, the tradition from the history, but at the same time, it was more about the family unit. Got to meet everybody. I really trusted the vision that she has for this program. I enjoyed the administration, just meeting them, and I just felt in my heart that it was the right decision.
Was it in the winter?
No, I'm waiting on the winter. We've been having summer weather for the last couple months, but we did talk about the winter, and she is going to get me a coat. She's buying me a coat, so that's all it is. So we're going to hold Coach Jan, and she'll give me a coat for the winter, so I'll be okay.
You're welcome to Iowa.
Yeah, welcome to Iowa.
Go ahead, Scott.
I want to ask about the new 5-star. Not the one coming next year, but the one that's already in place, Addie Deal. She was a big recruit for you guys. And I would say when you had Lucy come in and Addie Deal commit and stay, I think this has been really big post-Caitlin Clark era. So I'm struggling to talk with a little bit of an echo here. But I just wanted to ask how she is progressing and how is she fitting in.
Absolutely, yeah. She was a great, recruit for us and a huge get, and certainly, like you mentioned, her and her family's loyalty to stay with Jan, in the transition has, been a very important thing. And yeah, she's a really talented player, very high IQ type of basketball player, and I think she's progressing great. To answer the question, she's going to be definitely ready to go, and she's going to jump right in and be able to make some plays for us. As LaSondra mentioned, kind of the biggest thing sometimes is to get them to stop thinking and just start playing, and I think that will really come as we start to get against some different competition and be able to see how people are defending us and doing things that way, and just kind of unleash her and let her go, I think is going to be really good for her.
That point guard position, when you think back, even going back to a couple number 22s, but with Caitlin and then Lucy stepping in, I know there's a transitional time, but at the same time, Lucy had that experience. So now, what do you kind of look for at that position?
I'll take this one.
I'll take it. I think this year we Chit Chat for sure, bringing her in to help us in ways that can pick up in certain areas, her ability to see the floor. But I think we'll be point guard by committee with some of our players. I think Addie can play it. We have a couple Taylor Strimlow. We have a couple players that probably can do it by committee. But it is a position that's super important, and we're working at that position, being confident and knowing how to run the team and put everybody in position. And you're gonna see maybe a lot of people at the point. You just never know. But yeah.
And I would just echo that too. And we haven't gotten a chance to talk about our returners as much, our older group, but you've got like a Hannah Stolke on the floor, and Taylor McCabe has had some great experience, and Kylie Feuerbach as well. So they're going to be out there, and certainly we're not going to say, this point guard position or chit chat, it all stands on you. They've had great experience, really good in-game times playing together, so they'll be taking on a lot of that leadership role on the court too.
I did want to ask about Taylor McCabe and specifically and Kylie Feuerbach. They've been around for a long time. What kind of roles do you expect for them this year? Are they going to be starters? Are they going to come off the bench? Or they're going to be 20 minutes, just a minute, depending on how they get there?
Yeah, I think, we certainly don't have a starting lineup nailed down at this point. Like I mentioned, we're feeling like we're 10, 11 deep, still really competing for kind of how that's all going to play. I think one thing that we're really excited about as a staff is we have a lot of versatility as far as how we can go. If we can play some kind of big lineups, some faster, smaller lineups, we're going to be able to do some things differently, kind of based off of who's playing well, who matches up well. And so that's the biggest thing as coaches for us, is to really get them to really buy into that, and everybody be ready to go, every night out regardless. But to kind of answer about those two, I mean, Taylor McCabe, I think, is certainly, I know she's playing her best basketball, certainly, of her career. She just has found a way to get her shot off even quicker, is really out there kind of hunting for it. She's always been one that just takes good open threes, and so her percentage is really high. Now she's really willing to hunt her shot and take some tougher ones, and the good news is she's still knocking them down. And so she's playing great, and Kylie as well. She's just really athletic and can do a lot of things on both ends of the floor, so she's going to be a key part for us this year too.
Hannah Stokey, obviously a local here in Cedar Rapids, but the goal has always been to kind of put her outside on the perimeter a little bit, that 4 position. Do you think that the addition of a Layla Hayes and now a year of Heiden's, that kind of allows this to happen?
I think so, but I think it's more credit to what Hannah's been working on this summer. Congrats to her. She got the gold medal this summer with USA Basketball. She's also been working diligently on her outside shot. So that's something I think that for her progression, I know Coach Randy has been working with her. We talk about just from the pro side of it, it's something she should add to her game. And she's been working and looking really good at it. Also the leadership component from her, along with Kylie and Taylor McCabe, I think that's the part with us having a young group and losing Lucy and even Sydney, who's our GA now. I think bringing all that together it's a good combo with that young and that old but experienced.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody who could be the face of the team the way that Lucy Olson was last year and Caitlin Clark in years past?
I mean, I think at this point, Hannah has certainly, proven that she's certainly going off and winning a gold medal, and just what she's been able to do throughout her career. She's ready to step into that spotlight too. It was kind of fun seeing her at one of the football games. They announced her, and she kind of stood up in the student section and kind of got her flowers, which, her freshman year she certainly wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
So we're really excited for her to just really step into that spotlight, and yeah, she deserves it. She like Coach has been saying, she's been working hard at it.
Easy one for you. What's it like working with Jan?
For me, it's awesome. I know it's a couple months in, but I think just she shows up every day the same person, and you can always appreciate consistency. She's pretty positive for having a young group and even a fairly new staff with some of us, but I think she makes it easy to come in and just lighthearted. It's times when we need to be serious, we get serious. It's times when she knows we need to kind of woo-saw a little bit. She does it. So I think she's an awesome leader.
It's good for me too, I should say. After quite a few years, I've been with her for a while, and just loving to watch her, stepping into this new role and how she leads. It's been really, really fun, and she is a master motivator. If you haven't had a chance to get a motivational speech, from Jan Jensen, it's some of the very best, and she's done a great job with all of our athletes, certainly getting the most out of all of them, and the most out of us as staff, hopefully, as well too.
I think she's the biggest cheerleader on campus.
Yeah.
She's out at every event.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a soccer game, football game, of course, basketball. I don't think there's anybody who wears the school colors better than she does. How do the players respond to her?
I mean, they respond, I'd say about once a day in practice, kind of stop us, give us a speech, and just kind of get us going, get us reminded about why we're out here, what we're playing for, which is that championship. And sometimes in October, it's hard to remember that this drill is going to affect March. And she just does a really great job of always keeping the big picture in mind for us and really leading us toward that greater goal.
Oh, yeah. She hit it on. Yeah,
You're good. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Same location.
Yeah, when a patient is injured and pain is taking them away from their role in life, we have the ability with the gym right next door to get them back next door, get them moving, get them active.
Hi, I'm Frank Ballvance, joined today with Ben from Elite Fitness and Ability Physical Therapy. Ben, what are the advantages of having physical therapy and gym in the same location?
Yeah, when a patient is injured and pain is taking them away from their role in life, we have the ability with the gym right next door to get them back next door, get them moving, get them active again, whether that's returning to exercise, work, or even getting ready to return to a sport.
Very good. What options are available after a patient recovers from an injury?
We have personal trainers, we have small group settings, and then we also have beginner and intermediate classes, depending on your level that you want to get back to.
And how often are staffers available for folks?
Yeah, our physical therapy staff is often around, whether we're helping another patient or just trying to be present in the gym setting to answer questions, to give people quick tips or maybe an exercise or a stretch that's going to help them along their journey.
And how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, our website is chooseabilitypt.com.
All right, very good. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back into OnIowa Live. We have another question. This one is for Coach Abby. What's it like to see this program have the success that it does, especially being an alum?
Yeah, I mean, it's truly special, you know, being an alum and growing up in this state. I certainly watched all Hawkeye sports and was out in my driveway, you know, dreaming of being a Hawkeye from a really young age. But yeah, it's just been really a neat thing to see, you know, the national attention and everything around it. And at the same time to, you know, be a part of the growth of it and understand that Lisa and Jan and Jenny, you know, we as a group really stayed true to who we are and who we wanted to be as a program. Never sacrificed any of those true values, and we're really able to see that we could do it with all of those things intact.
And we have a couple more audience questions. This one says, for the coaches, how do you manage playing time for a team so heavy in talent?
A good question. I think right now we're just filling out and evaluating. The good thing about it, we're so deep, and it does breed competition. But after a while, you know, separation kicks in, and we're just not there yet. But you just kind of try to keep everybody motivated, kind of giving direction on what we ask for, what we need from them, and Jen does a great job of making sure she gets all of our input and feedback on each one of our positions. And then, you know, things kind of shake out from there. But for the most part, it's a pretty good system, I think, of just kind of watching film, demanding from your position groups, and then we'll see how it goes the next couple weeks.
That last one from the audience. How hard is it to handle the expectations of the basketball team?
That's one thing that we've fortunately been able to have a lot of good experience on over the past couple of years, and certainly during those Final Four runs, I think we really got pretty confident in, you know, you really have to block out all that outside noise, and our players have really learned that. They don't spend a lot of time on social media or reading articles or doing anything like that. They've really just learned to value themselves as, you know, humans first, figure out what's important to them. Same for us as a coaching staff. You know, we're more than just basketball coaches, and, you know, win or lose, really staying true to that, and just blocking everything out is a really big part of it. We all play this game because we love it. We've loved it from a very young age. And when you really kind of can step back and just remember that when you go out there every day, it makes a big difference.
Exhibition game Thursday, October 30th against Ashland, and then the home opener Monday, November 3rd against Southern. But looking at the schedule, too, you got Baylor, Miami, and Orlando. You go to Brooklyn to face UConn. You make the California trip to USC, and UCLA. Yeah, this isn't an easy schedule by any means. When you look at it, though, do you think this is what we need?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, with a team that we have and a program like Iowa, you can't back down from playing the top of the top to, one, get a measure of how your team competes, and also have an ability to beat them. And I think we're getting them battle tested now to be ready to play that schedule.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in the non-conference, we're going to be, you know, at UNI, at Iowa State. Those are really big, early, heated battles that we want to go out and play and really challenge ourselves, get ourselves ready to go into the Big Ten season. But yeah, there's not a single game on that schedule that is more important than any of the others right now. It's just going to be go 1-1, 1-0 in all of those games, and then we'd be feeling pretty good.
Scott, anything else?
You know, I do. I want to know a little bit more about the post. Ava Hayden seemed to really take steps forward last year. How is she developing? And how is Layla Hayes fitting in with her in the post?
Yeah, I'll say Ava probably has been the most surprising player from her development for the summer in a good way. I think she's really commanding her position at that 5 spot. Her ability to just her moves, her ability to shoot the outside high post shot, short corner shot. She's rebounding really well in practice. And I mean, she's just showing so much progression as a sophomore. And then Layla does a really good job of just competing with her, keeping her on her toes a little bit too, which is pretty good. And you don't have many programs don't have a really good quality 6'4", 6'5" to battle that position out. So I mean, I think we're in a good spot with that 5 position.
Good.
Well, thank you both for making the trip down here to Cedar Rapids. We appreciate it, even through the rain and the accident potentially. We sincerely appreciate it. I know you're not done with those, so because we have media day next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's
So
right.
we'll get to
see
hear
you.
more.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see you again. Thank you once
Thanks
again. We will have more when we come back. All right, welcome back into On Iowa Live. Scott Dochterman joins me now just to talk a little bit of football. Iowa obviously had a bye, but some questions from Eugene. If Gronowski does not play, how does Tim Lester call the game? We will obviously know more about his status tomorrow, though.
Yeah, it sounds like it's more of a knee ligament type of sprain. So if it really kind of depends about his ability to kind of move. He'll be back pretty soon. The problem is they've geared this offense to the way he runs the football. So when he's not running, it's a different kind of passing game. So I think this is really tough for Tim Lester to kind of figure out how to work it for Hank Brown. And that could be a little bit more deeper passes. But this is a pretty good defense against the run in Wisconsin. They've struggled all year, but I think that their run defense is really good.
And then the next question, does this Iowa-Wisconsin game have a season-defining outcome for both teams?
It's really important for both. This might be Wisconsin's only chance to win the rest of the season. They play Ohio State, Oregon, Washington, Indiana, Illinois, and Minnesota to finish the season. And they haven't won yet in the Big Ten, and they've lost all 3 of those games with the Big Ten and with Alabama by at least 2 touchdowns. So they've geared everything towards this game. Even in the preseason, they were doing 42 push-ups after every practice because Iowa scored 42 on them last year. So they are geared toward this game. Now with Iowa, this is a chance to move forward. They're playing well. Indiana was a really good team. And then Iowa State, a 3-point loss on the road to a team that won 11 games last year. I know it's got a cyclone on the helmet. That really irritates you, but it was a good team. It's a field goal loss. I think Iowa has the chance to move forward. It's just this is going to be a more challenging game than maybe it looks on paper.
For Hawkeyes, Wisconsin,
for
both.
Iowa.
Yeah.
I think for Iowa, I think you're going to see a real excited and motivated Wisconsin team because this is a rival that they feel like they can beat. It gives them some sort of symbol of victory if they can get the bowl. For Iowa, it's another chance to run 42 points on your rival 2.5 hours to the northeast.
I'm sure they'd love to do that. Well, and then obviously the team out west is what we're referring to for now. But Iowa State, first loss to Cincinnati, 38-30. Did you watch any catch of that game?
I did. I was at a sports bar in Iowa City and checking it out, and I was really surprised by the way Iowa State played in the first half. They really struggled, really against the run. They allowed 260 rushing yards at 7.6 yard per carry. That's unreal. And that's something that we did not see in week 2 against Iowa. So for them to trail 31-7 with a minute left in the first half, it just looked like a completely different team. Now they came back and put themselves in position to compete, but still, even Cincinnati had 13 penalties for 128 yards. Iowa State had 35 minutes of possession, and yet they couldn't stop them. I think this is a problem for them, especially because their secondary is so banged up in this league and the teams that they got to play. It could be a really rough month.
I know some Iowa State fans were a little nervous about them, and it kind of played out that way. All right, let's do our pick'ems. Starting with Iowa, Wisconsin, across the board, we all picked Iowa.
Iowa's like a 3.5-point favorite, and I think it might be into the 3 to 7 range. Both teams have good run defenses. Iowa's better in every other area. So it's 17-13, something like that.
I would be surprised if Iowa lost one, period. Iowa State, Colorado. Everyone picked Iowa State, even after the loss.
I think this could be a shootout.
Okay.
And I like Rocco Becht in these situations. He's a great leader, a very accurate quarterback. He actually had a good game the other day. So I would expect him to rally the Cyclones, where Colorado is floundering right now.
It's still a tough 2 road games for the Cyclones, but I do think that Iowa State comes out on top just because they're probably going to be a little angry about last week. All right, the next one we have UNI, South Dakota State. Across the board, we all picked South Dakota State.
It's hard to pick against the Jackrabbits. I mean, they're number 2 in the country. They lost everybody, including Mark Gronowski and their coach and a bunch of players all over the country, but they're still really, really good. So I'd expect, UNI to continue to grow as a program.
Yeah, MVC is just stacked. And then we did Indiana, Oregon. Across the board, all of us picked Oregon.
It's a long trip. Autzen Stadium is quite the place, but I'd expect Indiana to play well.
Yeah.
I think it might be about a touchdown game, but Oregon's got a lot of explosive playmakers on offense.
You mentioned the home field advantage, and then obviously the Penn State-Oregon game was what I'm thinking about too, and that was just back and forth. It was really fun, but I do think that Oregon comes out on top of this one. And then Alabama, Missouri. We were boring this week. We all picked Alabama. Why'd you pick Bama?
Alabama has maybe the best quarterback that nobody's talking about, Ty Simpson. Everybody saw him lose to Florida State in the first game and just kind of wrote him off, but they're playing really well. Mizzou's playing well again, but they're undefeated. But Alabama coming to Columbia, I would expect roll Tide.
Yes. I think Bama's starting to put it together a little bit. And Mizzou, it's Mizzou. And I'm going to say that because I have a lot of coworkers that obviously went to Mizzou.
Yeah. Hi, Beth.
There's plenty more than Beth, but yes. Thank you, Scott, for taking the trip down here. We appreciate it. We'll have you back again next week.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. We'll be right back with more with the Solon Volleyball team. Welcome back into OnIowa Live. I am here with the Solon Volleyball head coach, Ruben Galvan. We were practicing during the break. Coach, 21-7 overall on the season, 3-1 in conference play. Do you like where you sit right now?
Yes, we do. We're very excited where we stand right now. We've been working towards this record. The girls are doing an excellent job staying focused.
Now, I heard that you had to be convinced to come to Solon. Tell me the story.
Well, I have a granddaughter that's on the team, so I would have to say it was a big part of me coming to be part of her journey. I'm very excited for the opportunity. I think it's one of those things that one in a lifetime. So I haven't been able to enjoy her playing because I'm focused on the whole team. So that's something that I do miss, being on the sideline, cheering her on. But, can't beat me coaching her.
West Liberty before this?
Yes, I was there for 27 years.
27?
27.
You must really like your granddaughter, right?
She's very special.
And she is a freshman now?
She is a freshman.
Wonderful. Is it different to be on this side of a coach instead of just, like you said, on the sidelines, just watching?
Yeah, I mean, I try to give her the same love I give every kid on the team. So I think she's understands that I have a job to do, and so does she. And she needs to be just like any other kid, being out there doing her best.
Playing in the WAMAC, challenging, right?
Very challenging.
What do you enjoy about the competitiveness of that conference?
Well, what I enjoy is every night you have to play your best to win or to compete. You know, first year we were just competing. Now we're trying to turn the corner, and it's just a very challenging conference, and I think it makes a better program for us.
We were at your game against Marion. This one went to 5 sets. Is this what you expected?
Yes, I mean, like I said, every time we play a Womack team, we expect to go 5. But it's, you know, we were fortunate to come ahead of that one.
You won it in the 5th set, correct?
We did, yes.
What was the difference, or why did you guys come out on top in this one?
I think we kind of refocused in the 5th game. It's a shorter game. I think we're better at shorter games. We tend to lose focus a little bit in longer games. So we're working on that.
As far as strengths of this year's team, what are they?
I think the team chemistry is just phenomenal. I think we've been working on that since summer. Our leadership, we've been working on that since summer as well. Not every leader is born. You have to teach them how to be leaders, and that's something they've really strived for. There were some potential captains that I saw coming up, and we work with them all summer how to be great leaders.
And that was something you wanted to kind of change, right, about Solon, or kind of instill is a more cohesiveness with the team?
Yes, first year I was there, I was just kind of going see what was working for the program and what wasn't. I didn't want to come in and change everything. There was a lot of things that I didn't agree with how it was done, but I didn't want to make it a shock to them. So I slowly make some changes. I think one of the biggest thing was we were kind of disconnected from the community. From our middle schools. If you ask any middle school kid, they didn't know who our volleyball players were.
Gotcha.
So that's important to me that they make connections with the young kids. And I think we're seeing the benefit of that. Our gyms are full. So we have great fans there showing up for our games. And that was not the case the first year.
How did you do that?
A lot of work from parents. Parents have done an excellent job organizing every home game. We have a theme. We have Pink Out, Veterans Day, Senior Night. They've done an excellent job organizing that and promoting the team. So we're seeing the community come out and support us.
How does that feel to see the reception in such a short amount of time?
It feels great. I think it was a vision I had for this program, because that's the vision I have for every program I'm in, that we have our stands full and have people supporting us.
You play Independence tomorrow,
yes,
correct?
Tomorrow.
Looking at them, what do they do well that you need to have your team prepared for?
Well, I think they're very scrappy. I think we need to make sure that we keep the ball alive and we don't make the last mistake of the point.
Okay.
That's something that we're very focused on. Just being in this position, I think the girls understand it's been a long time for the program, and I think they're very for that.
As far as what they do well on the court, what do you think some of those strengths are?
Well, I think they believe in each other. I think sometimes when I'm on someone for not playing to their potential, they'll lift them up. And I think that's great to see those teammates that you have, that when you're down, somebody's going to lift you up and carry you through the finish line.
Absolutely. What do you enjoy about your new role now with the Spartans? What are you enjoying most?
Well, I enjoy coaching. I don't if it's here or wherever I'm at, but I think something that I really enjoyed is the girls that have bought into our system. We have a great coaching staff that have also bought into our system. So I think that's, first year it was very hesitant. I think they tried to figure me out most of the season, and that was something we talked about, is about just doing what we asked them to do. And we didn't guarantee any W's, but I think we understood that we were going to change the program.
And what has kept you around the game for so long?
Just seeing the benefits of those kids being out for sports. I think they become much better adults. Responsibilities, that's something we establish in our team, is responsibility. I don't communicate with parents because it is their responsibility of the athletes to take home the schedule, communicate with the parents what our schedules are. So that's something that's it's taking time, but I think they're understanding that it's going to be a benefit for them.
You bet. Well, thank you, Coach.
Thank
When
you.
we come back, we're going to have the entire team join us on stage. All right, welcome back to On Iowa Live. We are here with the entire Solon Volleyball team. Thank you guys for making the trip down here. We appreciate it. Let's introduce everyone who's on the mic. Why don't we start with you?
I'm Kylie Devery.
Beautiful.
Sydney Jaster. I'm Gable Knight.
I'm Josie Lair.
Are we captain seniors? Yes? All?
Yeah, we're all seniors.
We're all seniors. Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. 21-7 on the season. Is this where we thought we would be as a team?
I think coming into the season, we were just hoping that things would be different from last year. We didn't know where it was going to be or kind of where we would end up, but we just wanted to improve.
Okay. And when she says different from last year, how?
I think we all really focused on leadership and the team aspect. We saw some things from the last couple years that didn't really work for our team, and we really focused on getting really close to each other and being able to trust each other. And something that I noticed is like not only the seniors and the captains can take leadership on our team, it's everybody. If they see something, we can trust them to say it.
Yeah. How did you guys build that team chemistry? Activities, practice, how?
I definitely think activities are one way. Last year we didn't really do many things off the court that made our team chemistry better. And I think also just working out of season together, like open gyms and going to the weight room, I feel like that just builds team chemistry, but also like going out Friday and we painted somewhere together. It was just really fun, and I think that was something that we didn't do last year, so it definitely helped this year.
How have you seen that chemistry off court translate to on the court?
I think that really good friends off court, like we hang out like not just during the ball. And on the court, you can definitely see that. We have great time chemistry. We're all best friends. Like I know all of these girls really well, and I can see that like in school and on the court anytime.
We were just showing highlights of your matchup against Marion, but then I was looking at your schedule too. Some big wins, especially some conference wins too. But what is fun about this WAMAC and playing against teams like this that obviously make you better and make you where you want to be at the postseason?
I think playing in the WAMAC is just so competitive that it makes every night so fun. All the teams are just there to play their best and to win. And so I think going into every game, we just have the mindset of tonight's going to be hard, but we can do it. Like, there's no team that can't be beat.
Speaking of this game that we're showing highlights of, what do you remember about facing Marion, and what allowed you guys to come out on top?
The game before against CPU, we went into 5 sets and didn't come out on top.
Okay.
So going into this game, we were really determined to like finish it.
Yeah.
We did still go to 5 sets, but I think throughout the process, like we found our weaknesses and the other team's weaknesses and used that to come out on top together.
Are you guys getting better at 5 sets? I know you don't want to make it go to 5s, but
I think definitely we are getting better. We've learned not to give up on each other and also not give up on ourselves. That has been something that's really changed our game and kept our consistency throughout the 5 sets, and just never giving up, never getting in our heads, never letting in, and just believing in each other.
Coach is mentioning the connections that you have made in the community too, that there's, people in the gym and coming to your games. What does that mean?
It means a lot to us. I mean, last year, nobody came to our games, really. The gym was empty, and this year we really tried to get people to come to our games. Like, we would go to the middle schools and the elementary, and we would ask them to come to our games on game days. And some of us coach the rec league for the kindergarten through 2nd grade, and I think that really helps because the parents are there too, seeing how we're putting in hard work, and they want to come watch us.
What areas do you want to see this team grow in so you're playing your best volleyball this month?
I think trusting each other more. There are a lot of times on this team where we kind of lose faith, I feel like, and just being more of a team in those moments when we don't feel like everything is going right, and playing for each other in those moments to get through.
What do you say, especially as seniors, to kind of get everyone back on track?
Just that we're in this for each other. It's not a single person game. It's not one person benefiting from this. We're doing this for each other. We want to win for each other. We want to go to state for each other. And we just want to make this program better for however many years.
On the court, what are the strengths of this team?
Oh, I feel like everyone just does their part. Everyone goes 110%. No one goes through the motions, and if someone gets caught going through the motions, I feel like we call each other out on it and we just push each other. I feel like our defense is really good. We can run a really good offense, and I just feel like everyone can come together as a team. Everyone does their part really well, and it seems to be working for us, so that's just been something cool to see put together.
Off the rails question, have you guys played pickleball ever? No?
I have.
Yes? Next team bonding event? Pickleball? maybe we'll see. Last question, just before I let you guys go. Goals. I know you mentioned state and things like that. What other goals does this team have?
I think that our first goal was leadership, and I feel like we've kind of accomplished that, and a next goal that we had was winning conference, and that's kind of what's next for us.
Yeah.
And state is in the back of our minds. So those are our 3 big things.
All right, so 1 crossed off, 2 more to go.
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Well done, Coach. They were very well spoken. Way to go. All right, that'll do it us for here on this week of On Iowa Live. We'll see you again next Monday.